Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, just been super under the weather. I've had to take almost a week because I've been very ill, spending most of my days in bed. But we're back, we're taking another look at the helmet. We've been building this helmet up. We took a PTS Mtek Flux, we took an Agilite cover, we did look at the Novrich anti-fog unit, which we'll be looking at that a bit more in depth later down the line. So I think I've come up with a way to stop the kinging in the hoses and a way to mount the hoses in a way that can be manoeuvred and doesn't have to be permanent. So that being said, I've been stuck on what to choose for the comms setup. So I wanted, you see these fancy units that have the comms set up on the rail here, and it comes in, it attaches, and it's really cool. And you can never really find someone that does all the things that you need in the same place for this helmet. This helmet uses like these M-lock rail segments, not the usual attachment points that a lot of other helmets use. So I found a solution. It was quite pricey, and I went with a brand which is Earmor. Now you can get, cheaper versions of this. What I'm going to show you today, some of the headsets start about £85. This is the Earmor Millpro Mark III. And the reason I went for this package is because it supposedly comes with everything you need to fit it to the Mtek helmet. So it was a bit pricey. It came in at £318, everything included. Let me just check the invoice here. So let me fold this over so you can see it. So you'll see there, Earmor Millpro M32 Mark III in Coyote, and the Mtek M-Lock Coyote adapters. Grand total of £318. Took, 3 or 4 days to get here. So I'm going to take a look at this today and hopefully get it fitted to the helmet. So in that little white box you get a little carry case, which is nice. It's a hard shell carry case, which I do like that little touch there. We open this up. We have the microphone. We also have the headset itself, which comes with a microphone. So what microphone is that? Completely unaware. So you've got two microphones with this. That one looks a little bit smaller. Not really sure what's going on there. Doesn't come with like one of those wind deflector, like little fit-on foam pieces, unless it's somewhere in the box. I haven't seen it. We've got the M-Lock adapters. So yeah, let's take this thing out. I can unfold it. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Fold it down like so. You've got the lead for your radio. You've got some metal battery caps. See what size these take. Looks like AAA's. Not bad at all. Doesn't feel too bad. It's quite light. So not horrendous. Not sure what these bits at the top here are for, maybe just a plug. And it comes with a headband, so you could literally use this as it comes from Earmor. You've got this microphone, which you can slide. This seems to be all the rage now with these mics. Have like a little boom that you can prepare. And yeah, we're going to try and fit this today. Never used one of these headsets before. Have no idea how this comes apart. I know we have to take these off, and I think there's some pins inside we need to take the arms off. So we're going to see how this goes. Let's give it a start, shall we? So we're going to pull off. We'll take this headband off here. So I did look at various options. There was a lot of like Chinese. And when I say Chinese options, I mean like the repro, like the cheap repro stuff you find on AliExpress. Someone in the Discord did link what they had used, and that's fine. I almost did choose that option, but I thought, you know what, your hearing's kind of important. Maybe spend a little bit more. You can get like the 3M Peltors, you can get sword-ins, but it was finding the adapters that fit to the helmet and trying to find it all in the same place. I'm not sure if this is just normal foam or gel. Let's take a quick look here. So this is just going through all the bits and pieces for the headset itself. Separate. Tells you how to take the pins out, how to remove the mounts, and then I'm sure we can take it from there. So we can actually remove this. Now that does make sense. That's a plug, so you could have the microphone on either side, which is a nice little feature there. Can we pull this off? Does it come off? Not too sure. And I think what we need to do is we need to pull these ear pads off carefully, like that. So that is for the right one, pad for the right one as well. There we go. We've got these little pins, these plastic pins on the inside, so we can pull those out. We can use a little screwdriver or something to pull this pin out if we can't quite get to it. And with that pulled out, we can pull the pins, and the other side should come off as well, like that. It does. Keep those pins. So we've got one side off, pull the pad off this side, and I'm just putting my fingers in there and pulling it apart. Let's take this little foam protector piece out. We can pull that off as well. And again, we just need to be careful we don't hit any of the wires or anything. Got these little plastic tabs to pull out. Looks like that one's got a bit of glue on it, which might make it a little bit difficult to pull out. That one comes out easy enough. Pull that pin out. And this one is going to be a bit of a pain because they've hit it with the hot glue and it has just broke there. It's annoying. Take this off here, put that to one side. I take it we don't get any spares with this stuff. It looks like we might get pins in here. Right, let's put the microphone to one side, open up the mount. Does look like we get replacement stuff, I'm hoping, in there. Pull the mount out. It's not quite the same colour. Are these labelled up as which way they go? Are they the same? Doesn't say. Not that I can see which one's which. Is that an L? So that looks like an L and an R that's backwards. So right and left. I think this was right, wasn't it? Right, left? Yeah, I think that's the way it was. Or was it that way? I can't quite remember now. So the ones with the button on the left. So yeah, that's the left. Right, now how do we go about fitting this? Take it, this snaps into place. Like that. What do we have in our little baggie here? So the left would be the side that the microphone's on. So we'd have to have the microphone piece on this side, so the microphone can attach. Push that in to place. Will it line up? Maybe it goes the other way. Does it go on the top instead? Still doesn't want to line up. Is that on there properly? Ah, there we go. Never done this before, so don't crucify me too much. Put this on. That goes in there. Is that backwards? It does look like it. Is that backwards? Don't think so. Ugh. I think that seems to go on there okay, so we'll leave it as that. You've got these other mounts, I think those are for the attaching the helmet. So we're going to use another one of these pins. Like so. And put the other clip in. Bit fiddly. Like that there. So that's the left one, that's on there. Take our ear pad. We take our ear cup. Slap that into place. That's that one built up. Next one, I presume we just use the normal 2 pins because we don't have another replacement pin. So this can go on this way. Like that. Put the pin in. Put the pin in. Like so. Now we did break one of the pins. Might have to contact them about that, see if I can get a replacement one. It's kind of annoying that it was glued down. Like that. I think that'll be fine, to be honest. That's on. We need the right cover and the ear cup. I don't know what the names are for these parts, I'm just making them up in my head. So we've got those bits on. Now I presume what we need to do now is make the mounts. So we have a piece here. Now I suppose that would go on there like that. So that would slot on there like that. We have, I'm guessing these are the tabs that go in the helmet, which don't look like they fit. Maybe we have to loosen that off a little bit. Just took the time, just testing it. A little bit difficult to get into position, but got there in the end. So the mounts are on. I do think the mounts, you can't tighten them up anymore, so you can't get any more retention on these mounts here. This side does seem to be a little bit looser in comparison. I have these extended. Oh, no I don't. I thought I had these extended as far as they go, but there we are. And yeah, just took the time, just lining it up, making sure it put pressure in all the right places. So I'll spin the camera around now and you'll be able to see, hopefully, what this thing looks like. This to me looks like a microphone mount. I'm not 100% sure why I've got 2 microphones, so I'll need to check with that. It does say S10, so I'm not 100% sure on why There's that one, and then there's this one. Maybe it doesn't work with either. I'm really not too sure. Nothing in the package to say what's what. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take the one that doesn't have, it isn't fitted onto anything. Now I presume what we do is we just remove this mount, I'm guessing. So we've got a little rubber plug on there. In, clicks in. Put the retaining pin. I mean, these retaining pins that hold them on do not feel strong whatsoever. There we go. Get the cup. I didn't predominantly want this to run comms. I just wanted it to protect my hearing mostly. So we can move that. That pushes into there. We can fold this up like so if we don't want to use it, which is nice. What would have been nice is to have something where it doesn't require this, because this is kind of like a big thing to dangle. If that was some kind of locking quick connector, that'd be nice, and you wouldn't have to use any of this radio wire. You could just use them as hearing protectors. Let's get the camera flipped, and then we'll wrap this video up because it's going to be a long one. Let's get this fitted. So I'm hoping this was as easy as before. I won't worry about locking the helmet cover down on the back until I've got this all situated where I want it. So we put on the helmet, push it into place, get this squidged onto your beard, pulling all your beard hairs out. I would normally be wearing some kind of like lower face garment or like balaclava or something just to protect my face. So it's like that, and then we can pull it down and it pushes into position. Now, one thing I will say, when you first push it into position, it's like it feels like it doesn't reach, and then once you sort of jigger it round a little bit, there we go, it's fitted to the helmet. This would obviously run down to your comms, so ignore that for just a moment. And yeah, hopefully you can see this better than I can. It could probably do with a bit more pressure on the springs. I'm not sure if that's adjustable. Just pushing it a little bit to get a better seal. So you see it from the back. I need to plug all this back in, don't worry. And then if I want to use a radio, that actually does move up and out the way quite nicely. Want to use a radio, I can bring this down. We loosen the screw on like the boom mic setting, and we can situate it right next to our mouth. So it'll work for comms, it'll work for noise suppression, especially like loud environments when you've got grenades and stuff going off. I do like this microphone, how easy it is to just sort of fold it up and set it out the way. I like that. The wires are holding quite nicely under the helmet cover, so that's good. And it overall, it just feels like your head's more protected. Now you're going to have your eye pro on, you're going to have your face pro on, so you just have to imagine this for now. I normally have a face covering that covers from my nose down. And yeah, hopefully that looks cool. And then when you're not using it, say you're back in the safe zone, oh, I can hear again now. You just flip these out. Now they will stay out like that. I do need to shim this because you'll see it doesn't quite retain it like the left side does. So I might need to put washers on underneath the arm to sort of raise it up a little bit. And then you can sort of close it down onto the helmet. So they situate. This is what I like, it's out the way. So if you're not, you know, in any type of environment where you're shooting at people, you're in a safe zone, you can lift these off, give your ears a bit of fresh air. And yeah, I think that is a really nice setup. It does have actually a little bit of ball joint motion there. So it will cater. That is max reach on the arm. I can't extend it anymore. I probably could have done with one more click. I can't see anywhere where you can adjust the spring tension. I do need to shim these out. Maybe that's something that's easy to do. I'll obviously have to mess around with that. And in terms of the function and stuff, it's going to be a long-term review on these because I need to use them in-game where grenades and stuff are going off. I need to see if I can hear people, if it cuts down enough when there's loud noises. And yeah, I mean, the colour really isn't too bad at all. I don't mind that. That's acceptable. I just didn't want black or green, so I wanted it to sort of, you know, slightly match the rails of the helmet and the helmet colour. But there we go. I can put it up out of the way. And there you have it. We're getting closer. Still plenty of real estate options on there if we want to run battery pack for night vision. If we want to run the X-Fog, we'll be looking at the X-Fog again. Don't worry about that. If you're up to date on this Earmor stuff and you know more than literally the zero that I know, what's the difference between the microphones, if any? The headband is obviously not going to be used. And any tips and tricks you guys might know, pop down in the comments below so other people can find them as well. So thanks for tuning in this video. Hopefully it's not been too boring for you. That's the helmet setup that I'll be running. You know, whether I use the X-Fog or I don't. Very nice. And like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the description below if you'd be so kind. I haven't done a video for a while. I apologise. I have been ill and slightly starting to get better now. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video.